Welcome back to Makeover Houston. In today's program, we are going to tell you the story of a woman who had everything going for her. Tragically, that all began to change when she was struck with an undiagnosed illness that truly changed her life forever. The story of Sarah McDaniel will serve as an inspiration to anyone who has stood in the face of tremendous odds and overcame those odds through perseverance and commitment. Makeover Houston is proud to honor Houstonian Sarah McDaniel with the story, A Passion for Survival.
On a quiet Sunday morning in the peaceful mountain range of Provo, Utah, we begin the story of 38-year-old Sarah McDaniel in the midst of a journey of self-discovery, soul-searching, and natural healing.
This is freedom up here. This is God's country.
I think she's a gift to this earth. I think she's an angel in the form of Sarah McDaniel, you know. And so I'm pleased and blessed that I get a chance to embrace that on a regular basis and for the rest of my life.
One of the most important things to us with this program is we want to tell the stories of people. And the story of Sarah McDaniel is certainly what you would call a people story. When you look at her, you don't see anything that tells you that she's in need of a makeover. That's on the outside. But when you look on the inside and you look at what has gone on with Sarah in her life, then you realize that, you know what, she has truly suffered and gone through some things that most of us probably couldn't handle.
I didn't even really know that I was sick. I just started noticing things that I couldn't do anymore. Shaking my foot rigorously, jogging up the stairs, walking down the stairs, everything was a lot more difficult than it had been before. And it just kind of escalated into what it is today. They presumed it to be MS, but they have absolutely no idea. They did MRI, CAT scan, you name it, they did it. It came up negative, and that was the first of 5 neurologists that I've been to.
If you have children, you never want anything to happen to any of them. And that's my baby. And when you see her falling, or you hear that she fell and you can't help her, you don't know what's causing her to do this. It's really hard.
I was in quite a bit of denial, trying to figure it all out on my own, trying to understand why I couldn't do certain things that I did before. I was a master of disguise. My family didn't really know. I mentioned it here and there, you know, certain things that I couldn't do, but it got to be to the point to where it was noticeable.
We were crossing the street, and Sarah had on high heel shoes, and I saw her really challenged with making it across the street. And the way she looked with that helplessness my sister is really in a bad place, and this is not good, and it's getting worse.
Sarah is the type of person who you can't help but to be motivated and inspired by who she is and by her attitude. Sarah has a very serious illness, and it's a very dangerous one too, especially with the fact that when she falls, there's no control over a fall. It's just like if you and I fell over, we at least have reactions and things that we can brace ourselves for the fall, but Sarah doesn't have that. So her attitude is that, you know what, I have this thing, whatever it is, and I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to beat it, and she's going to survive, and that is the type of person that Sarah is.
I'm resilient. I'm strong. I've been through a lot, but it's all been worth it for this moment.
As a consultant in the Mary Kay Company, Sarah quickly made her mark as a passionate and infectious spirit. Sarah spent much of her time as a businesswoman focused on the goal of motivating and inspiring everyone she came in contact with to be their very best.
My Mary Kay career kept me alive. You know, it really did. In my position as a director in the company, I was required to show up in behalf of other people. You know, they needed me to encourage them, to inspire them, to motivate them, to lift them, to train, to empower. And so it gave me an outlet to where I would not have to focus on my condition. It gave me something to do.
Sarah was at what we would call the prime of her life. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she starts having these muscle problems. She can't do the things that she used to do. She's starting to fall and things, and nobody can figure out what's going on with her.
When she first fell was at the skating rink, and we noticed that she didn't have any control. You know, when she get ready to fall, she couldn't catch herself, you know.
I traveled to New York to speak at an event. Everything was fine. And then the next day, I fell down a flight of stairs. I was in New York. I lived in Charlotte. I had to fly on the plane with a broken rib cage. I mean, I've fallen in the middle of speaking at an event. And people just, they tend to ignore it. Because I would ignore it. I would hop up and say something like, just tell me, make sure that I look good when I fail. You know, always covering it up, always making a joke about it. And so people just expected that of me. And half the world, or the people that I knew, never even knew I was sick. They just thought it was a part of my diva persona. How crazy is that?
If you're going to experience the struggle and the things that Sarah is experiencing, this is the kind of family that you want to have in the midst of that struggle. I have never seen a family, especially brothers and sisters that are as close as Sarah and Nedra, her sister, and the brother Henderson are. These people are friends. And Henderson, the brother, has been, he truly is like a dad to this family.
I love my brother dearly. I can't say enough about him. He is the epitome of manhood to me. I mean, he is loving, he's caring, he's absolutely wonderful. And he's so awesome.
Nobody actually does for him. The way he does for us.
I'm in love with my family. And he's more than my brother. He's and my mentor. He's my friend. He's been like a father to me and my sister. And he's taken care of this family.
I love my sister. I just wanted to be well. I wanted to be whole, be able to experience life like her spirit wants to experience life.
Makeover Houston will continue after these messages.